Okay, hello everybody. I'm Serkan Pala. Actually, before saying hello to everybody, I want to say particularly to Mr. Selvi because we took his work as reference, you know. So let me introduce myself. I'm Serkan Pala. I'm a junior at Digital University ELT department, and my friend Sema. I
Hi
hope.
everyone, I am Sema and I also study at Digital University at ELT department. And last year we prepared this research with my friend and today we will share the input. So I hope you take more interest in what you see around yourself after this presentation. So let's start with the outline of our presentation. And we will briefly explain you what is the main purpose of us in doing this research, and then we will briefly explain the sign types and their meanings, and we will give some examples for each category. And for the next section, we will discuss the purpose of the numbers of the cafes. We have a table summarizing each cafe. And for the final part, we will give the interviews that we made with the cafe owners. And for the final part, we will share our study. Yeah. So what is the aim of our study? So deciding on this topic, our study aims to identify the usage of hybrids, Englishized, non-English, and English signs in Diyarbakır, and our main target is to show you how and why these signs are mainly used, and to give you their usage proportions. So we observed many parts of Diyarbakır, and we mainly focused on the new dynamic neighborhood of Diyarbakır,
We mentioned about the aim of the uh, presentation, and here we mentioned about the usage of signs. We have four or five types of signs: Englishized, non-English, uh, and the other one is hybrid and Englishized signs, which is four. So we talk about the effectiveness of uses of these types of signs and which sign types are mainly used. So mm, I'm really sorry for that. So, this P chart is just including 50 cafes in Diyarbakır and illustrates the proportion of them. Non-English and English signs are the most common type of signs because English signs are 34% of usage, has 34% of usage, and non-English is 42. Hybrid and English signs has the same equal percentage, and they are not commonly used in the city. And here we have a table. When you look at the table, you can easily see that non-English signs are the most common type of sign, with 21 cafe out of 50. And there's a language diversity here. Kurdish, Spanish, French, and other languages are used. The other one is English signs. Here it's also very common in this city, and 17 of 50 is English signs. And here some cafes use the possessive form as, for example, Robert's Coffee and Coffee Makers. They use the possessive form as to give the impression of branding to their cafes. So as we mentioned, Englishized and hybrid signs don't have that much prevalence in the city. Each of them just has 6 out of 50. So let's have a look at each type of sign one by one. The first one is English signs. As the title says, it's just English, but not any other languages. Coffee Inn, Wake Point Coffee, and Smoke Lounge, for example, they are all English. We had an interview with the owner of Wake Point Coffee, which is located on campus of the University. and we asked why did they use the English sign. The answer was that English is a global language, and although Chinese and Spanish are among the most spoken languages around the world, you can easily find English language signs even in the countries where these languages are spoken. So they have a motto to create international branding, which is awake your senses. You know, hybrid signs are compounding of at least two languages. For example, Diyarbakır is old Turkish name of the city, and coffee is English. We're creating a hybrid sign, best English again, and friend is Turkish word. So it creates a hybrid sign. And the other one is Yaşam Cafe fast food. We asked the owner why did they use this name. They said they didn't have a specific reason, but Yaşam is the name of the location, which means life in Turkish, in English. And they prefer using fast food to Turkish equivalents, hızlı yiyecek, because the Turkish equivalents are not commonly used in Turkey, and it sounds a bit weird. So the other one is Englishized signs. You know, they are originally Turkish, but English-like. For example, lokma is a Turkish word, and it's a Turkish dessert. But here they add one more O sound to create the English word look. And the other one is baykuş, meaning owl. Here they reduce the A sound between the B and Y, creating an Englishized signs. And the last example is coffee tarçın. You know, tarçın is made like the Turkish word tarçın, which means cinnamon. And thinking of why they named their place in this way, we assumed similar reasons as other cafe owners had, but the answer was quite different actually. They said they had hardships to take out a patent, and before deciding on this name, they tried tarçın, which is the original Turkish word, and tarçın, but these had already been secured by a patent. So the last one is non-English signs. You know, it's not English, but can be any other languages. Like Casa de Papel, for example, it's Spanish, and flankes and them are Kurdish. Flankes maybe mean anybody else, someone else, like this, I'm not sure. And them means time in Kurdish. You know, La Casa de Papel, they gave the name La Casa de Papel to their place in 2018, and the reason why they used it was that there was not any concept cafe in the Diyarbakır. And as they said, this concept has provided a huge customer traction, and it attracts the attention of people whose age range is from 16 to 40. So, as a conclusion, what we can understand from this study is that there are various factors affecting the process of naming cafes and restaurants, and one of them is the local language of the city, which is Kurdish for Diyarbakır. Kurdish language signs are widely used in the city, and another thing we can infer is English takes an important place in the city, and it reached every part of the city in cafe business. Okay, that is what we observed, but let's talk about why should we adapt linguistic landscapes to our classes. You know, by bringing linguistic landscape materials to your classes, you can easily spice up your lesson and stop it getting monotonous, which will also help your students to create language awareness. And we are sure that they will be motivated to learn languages through examining the places they visit every day. Yeah, that's it. I'm sorry for the problem.
Sorry for disconnection.
It's okay. Thank you for your participation.
I hope you enjoyed it.